Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Tale of Dice, where this time around I'm coming to you from this vast dark void, as I am now streaming from my parents' place, which is, not as well lit as my normal streaming platform, but nevertheless, I'm here to entertain you. My friends are here with me, and now that I think of it, nowadays, both Eve and I are in Brabant right now. So I kind of feel like we need to go at least some point during the stream today because we are getting a little bit more down low.
Wait, weren't your parents like Zeeland?
Ooh. Okay, so we live in Bergen op Zoom. If you tell anyone in Bergen op Zoom, wait, isn't that in Zeeland? They will murder your entire family. They are so pissed for people telling them they live in Zeeland. Like, no, we live in Brabant. It's so much better. Fuck you, man.
I did not know this was a thing. And
Can we maybe not gloss over the fact that Wouter just called anyone in Brabant unintelligent? I mean, I am literally the exception to that stereotype. All of my friends are the exception to that stereotype. Yeah, most people here suck, but not everybody here goes.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I think your ego's interfering with the audio. Give me 1 second. It's
No, that's your ego, Charlie. There's no room for mine. We know that.
Eve, you were the one to make the step that sound was unintelligent. So, ever heard of Brabantse gezelligheid?
Yeah, of course.
That's just
I
the
live
sound.
there,
being
bitch.
drunk. It's called being drunk.
The sound
Yeah.
of Brabantse gezelligheid.
People in Amsterdam make the same noise when they're drunk, Wouter. It has nothing to do with this province.
I know. People in Amsterdam need to have illicit substances to mimic the joy that is to be in Brabant.
and where do the illicit substances come from?
Brabant. I mean,
And who
everything's
says
better down here.
and who says it's not a tourist from Brabant? I
Was-
mean, they probably want to see some civilized society and come over here and then have one drink. and
Trust
go,
me,
I think Brabant
Brabanters
was.
don't know how to do the Western G.
I think they were
It's-
called like the Columbia of Europe, Brabant. So
You know what, guys? This is all well and good, and this is a conversation that I am certainly going to have with all y'all sometime, somewhere around, but this stream I have to escape the actual reality of the Netherlands. So, shall we play a game? And we're back. So, to quickly jump into tonight's game. Last we left off, our heroes, known as the Pack, a ragtag group of visitors to the vast city of Farwater, got themselves into curing an actual plague of the city, as it seemed that the local guards were drawing a blank as to figuring out who or what was responsible for its citizens slowly succumbing to a disease known as the ringing, which slowly turned people mad and eventually turned them into actual pieces of crystal upon their death. They, the Pack, were asked by the actual captain of the guard to, undercover basically, go on and investigate the sources of this. And this the Pack has most certainly done. You have uncovered that somewhere in the vicinity of this city, a aboleth, a fish-like monstrosity which holds power over mind and magic, is tempting different individuals within the city as a dark shepherd to focus themselves on a certain power that permeates the very being of this material plane, and in so doing, letting them succumb to this dark disease, and in the same time, perpetuate it throughout the city. You have set out to find these different individuals that had been enticed by this shepherd to join it in its quest to understand this power, and in doing so, you have found 3 lieutenants, if you will, and one by one got rid of them all. The last one being the one that now lies unconscious before you, Dante Corsell, a lieutenant within the very guards known as the Silver Sentinels that hired you, and the actual suspected reason why the guards at first didn't find any clues. Because how would one find any clues of this disease if one within your midst is in league with the enemy? You have infiltrated Dante's fortress on a small island just off the shore of the city of Farwater. Here you have knocked him out cold, almost killing him in the process, and have now been able to stave off further combat encounters with the rest of the guard, who at first, of course, didn't know what the fuck was happening, while you infiltrated their abode and basically attacked their leader. However, after some very good, persuasive conversations, you have made it very clear that you are indeed one of the good guys, and that Dante was indeed a traitor. However, during all of this, the magical artifact that allows our viewers to break the fourth wall and influence the very story bursted with magical energies and turned another traitor, a sergeant underneath Dante, into a spectral form, which was then able to escape. So in the aftermath of this all, while you are safe, it seems that a last individual has still escaped your grasp. And with Dante now unconscious before you, the last of the lieutenants of this Dark Shepherd are basically being dealt with. So, pack members, as you are still here within the fortress of Dante, as you are awaiting the arrival of the guard captain Bradley, who hired all of you in the beginning, what would you like to do?
I believe Olam ended last session by trying to find the what was his name? Commander? Thingy, Captain?
Yes. So at the very end of the last episode, you walked outside, and by the way, Vincent, what you said, Colonel, that is correct, but last episode, I was completely wrong. The rank beneath Lieutenant is Sergeant, not Colonel at all. Colonel is way higher up. So that is completely my bad. I was completely wrong in that regard last episode. You, Olam, went outside to at first send a raven to the captain to get all of this sorted out, but realized that there was another sergeant here that was set on duty because the empire that all of you are a part of is steeped in different magic users. So as a part of this island, there was one sergeant at the ready who was capable of magically sending information directly to the captain and then directly getting a response through magical means.
Yeah, but the commander guy ran away, right?
Yes,
someone turned into a ghost and then
the sergeant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, the head honcho of the Traitors, Dante, lies unconscious within your midst. All of the guards are now pretty much aware that he indeed is the traitor, and that this was like this quote unquote assassination attempt of y'all was ordered by the actual guard captain, who's above all y'all. And there is one sergeant on the loose, and another sergeant that had magical contact with the captain, who is now walking with you and basically just spurted all of this out towards the rest of the guards, like, yo, guys, what these people are saying is correct. They are the good guys. Dante sucks. Basically, be nice.
I still like to find the runner. Like, I'm not sure if he's already found, but I'd like to try and find him.
What was his name again?
We don't know his name, I believe.
At this moment, Olam, the bearded fellow, the somewhat older man, little bit like pot-bellied, but still like kind eyes, wrinkled face, like somewhere, he's human, probably like somewhere in his 50s, was the one who magically contacted Captain. You have already learned that this man is named Marcus, and as all of you are standing here and conversing about like the other sergeant that got away, he's the one to actually speak up and say, his name is Uther Belfriar. I never liked that weasel. Never did Dante either, but Seems our hunches were correct.
But do you think there is maybe a chance that he is also with the ringing? Because if we don't find him and he has, it might still spread around and we're still not done.
One of the guards speak up. Yes, sir. Sergeant Uther was acting very, very suspiciously, and he did not want to contact the captain at all. And as soon as this magical effect made him ghostly and turned through the floor, he bolted. We have no idea what he is. Well, that seems suspicious enough to at least apprehend the fucker.
Are we... This is with the rest of the pack nearby?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say this is all still the talk, like, in the actual keep with the rest of you.
Okay. Then, Tarush will speak up. So far, whenever the artifact has done something of this proportion, it has not lasted long. I do not think this incorporeality will bring him entirely to the city. So either he is now swimming from here to Farwater, or he remains on the island still. That is what I suspect.
Rouge, you have had a good look at of the sergeant, right?
I have.
All of you have, by the way.
Good enough to use that tracking spell?
Smart man. While we wait for the captain then, how about we go on a little bit of a manhunt?
Yeah.
Do we want to leave Dante behind then?
I believe we've established trust with this sergeant, at least if the feeling is mutual. And I look at the sergeant with slightly sarcastic but mostly questioning eyes.
He takes a strong look over each and every one of you. Then he
Nice.
just like
69.
Then he just like sighs deeply, and as all of the other guards like also look at him for guidance in this moment, like you guys are like pretty much wild cards in all of this. So the guards have no idea how to actually handle all of you, because this goes far outside their normal rule set of well, interactions with pretty much anyone. So they look at the sergeant and he sighs deeply and just goes, "Look, Bradley has trusted them so far with apprehending these traitors within our midst. If he has already authorized the infiltration and basically assassination of a lieutenant, just go. We'll make sure that Dante is apprehended here."
Lyra, let's go.
Very well. As your companion stands up, sips the last bit of her wine after the conversation that she had with you, Tarush. And what are the plans?
By the way, every time someone mentioned this mission was an assassination mission, Coin goes, "Arrest. We wanted to arrest him."
Oh, before you guys leave, the sergeant does go, "Joshua, take 3 of your men with them." "Yes, sir." And 4 different guards just step forward and basically are at your disposal.
Excellent.
4 men at our disposal. Nice.
Meat shields.
Well, since we're gonna be beating someone up and I didn't even get invited, Edge is gonna continue to steal some silverware.
No.
Not
The entirety
too
of the
much
pack.
from the same drawers, just like here and there. Gonna nick a spoon, maybe a knife.
I'll say,
I'm sorry. I thought the implication was clear that the whole pack was gonna.
Yeah, but before this conversation went the way it went, Olam needed some time to actually get the sergeant and get this running. So Edge did have some time in between to snoop around a little bit while like the tensions were still high. So for the sake of that, I will say go ahead and just roll me a thievery check.
I did break off a boar tusk last time.
You did, and that is within your possessions.
Can Coin roll a perception check to see if he notices?
Thievery 22.
Sure. 22 on thievery, very good.
I don't notice.
All right, so with a 22, like it's not difficult to find different objects of value that probably wouldn't go missing as badly as the conversation that we had last week, where you actually wanted to steal like an entire rug. But so you already found a couple of vials of poison, if you remember, right?
Yeah.
So for the sake
3
of
of
this,
them. Blackadder venom,
exactly,
right?
exactly,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. So for the sake of this, we will say with the 22 on thievery, you find an assortment of different things, like 2 bottles of good wine, some silverware, some coins that you probably think won't go missing because they seem to be like a personal pouch of Dante that he will no longer be needing. Those sorts of things. Let's see here, 22. Let me get some dice out.
And FYI, Bouter,
Oh damn.
something
find,
else happens as well.
Very well.
After this.
You find 17 gold pieces of worth in different items. Yeah, I rolled very, very high on 2d10. While this is happening, I will view what the fuck's going on in the stream as... Wait. Where's all of this going?
The stars speak.
Yeah, where are my things? I need to get some things ready. There we
You were
go.
supposed to have it ready before the stream.
There we go. Yeah, and
Nah, I'm
should
kidding.
go fuck yourself.
You keep attacking him. This is dangerous.
already on it. Don't worry about that.
All right. So with that, Amunra. Also, Amunra, thank you so much for your continued support and subscription to our beautiful stream. I saw it jolt by just before we started, but thank you so much, and thank you very much for all of this because Olam. While all of this is going on, you eventually find yourself drawn to one of the windows of this keep right over here. And as you are drawn towards it, you begin to find that as the evening progresses and the night deepens, that all of the different stars begin to shine a little bit more brightly outside of this window. And as you begin to take a couple of steps forward, it seems that the different stars on your pelt also seem to twinkle, at least in your own eyes. And as you take a couple of steps forward to this window, it is very convenient that the window is extended all the way down to where the stones are aligned with your feet. And as you step here, in a window on the very northeastern side of this keep, you feel a cold breeze run over yourself as you see far outstretched the Eastern Ocean on the side of this continent. The water eerily still, no waves, making it almost a beautiful, perfect mirror, reflecting all of the twinkling stars up above and down below, as they almost seem to twinkle in unison with your own twinkling stars in your fur. It seems that your very being is communicating with the stars. What do you do?
I tried to call for Saloon to see if it's her.
What do you say? How do you call out?
Okay, so I want to close my eyes as if meditating-ish. I don't really know how that works, but I'm sure I've seen someone do it by now. And just try and really focus on the feeling that the stars are giving me, and the stars in my belt are like that twinkling. Really focus on that, and then just ask, Saloon, are you there?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
One. That is 15.
15. It's hard.
Wait. Do I have a hero point? No, I don't.
No.
Do I? No, I don't.
Does she?
No, I
No.
don't.
Edges too, though. That's nice. You try to perceive what this is. Try to rhyme it with what you already know from the few but very intense communications that you have had with Saloon, with the goddess of the moon that has brought you into this realm. But no such communication is found here in this moment. You do feel, however, that each sparkling star seems to become brighter and brighter, and each star twinkles in unison with one of your own and seems to almost pull you forward.
I'm going to follow that feeling. So I'm inside now, or am I outside?
Right now, you are on the northeastern pillar of this keep, and the window has, in whatever this vision might be, has extended so that you can stand in the opening, and you could just walk off the ledge and outside.
I'm a walk
if
off.
you wish to.
Yes.
Very well. And as you do so, already realizing instinctively that this is safe, you take one step and you just slowly begin to float. Float away from this keep, over the open ocean that is so immediately still that eventually is no ocean anymore, as the reflective surface seems to connect with the actual open blackness of space and the stars. And after a few moments, you just float through empty space. And as you do so, you see that the stars are so incredibly bright. You have heard other people speak of how vast and open that space is, but you do not see what they mean, because this space is so filled with whatever they are. As right now you do not only see stars, but different beautiful colorful nebulae begin to twirl through this open blackness. The blackness was just the first facade, it seems. There is so much more behind it if you just take a leap, if you just take a step forward. So much more to see here. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception. I'm not going to use that one again. Each one. That's 22.
22. That's a lot better than 15. As you float forward through literally this open space, you see a couple of things that grab your interest. You see twirling in one place this deep purple and blue cloud nebula that you almost interpret as stoic. On another quadrant, if you will, you find a couple of stars that seem to shine brighter than the others in more intense colorations of yellow, deep red, passion, power. And yet in another place you find a vast openness of blackness that you also interpret as something, as the stars that are in this space seem to be less bright but calm, welcoming. seemingly having the power of flight in whatever this experience is, where do you go?
I'd like to go towards the passion.
Very well. As you float towards this palette of red and yellow stars, as you get closer and closer, it seems that your surroundings change with them. Eventually, you feel the very heat of different suns shining upon you, the warmth invigorating you, allowing you to traverse further. You cannot help but feel like a small grin curl around your cheeks as you feel emboldened. As eventually a playful but old, feminine voice seems to speak up with the different stars that burst here. As you begin to hear, the moon is not the only celestial body that has set its eyes upon you, Olam.
Uh, Hello. Who are you? If I may ask, I'm sorry. Is this rude?
Who we are is such a strange question to answer. What we are the burning stars in the night sky, the heat that is brought in even the coldest hours of night, the light that guides when all other lights go out.
Hmm. So you are like something that people can follow if they seem to seem to see nothing to go to.
People can follow many stars. We are but a few in the night sky. For those that find our radiance guiding them in the right way, we let them follow.
Like you are guiding me now, some sort of way.
There are some that need guidance, and some that they can guide. You, Olam, are you not a starry sky? As you feel like a couple of the stars twinkle in your fur.
I think I am part of maybe, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I am a fully sky yet. If that makes sense.
In eons past, even the night sky was empty. It took us many, many years before one by one all our lights were ignited. The road is long indeed. But you hold within you space for many sparks. Saloon might have brought you here, but she has not yet claimed you. Isn't the night sky space for many celestial bodies?
Well, I think so, but she is she is important to me still. But I guess I am open for many family.
As you say those words, you see like the surrounding stars begin to burst brightly, and a pulse of warm, invigorating energy washes over you, like the complete opposite of a like a cold shiver down your spine. This one almost travels up your spine, and whoo.
So how do I welcome you?
I believe you already have. Hola. Gaze up in the night sky to us, and let our fires slowly ignite within you. And let you carry the warmth of the night sky to wherever you will guide yourself.
Thank you. But I still, do you have something I can call you by? Because I like to talk to people and stuff and beings.
We are so very far away, not only from the days in which you live, or the plains on which you walk, but also in understanding. Names are strange. What would you call us?
Hmm. I don't hmm, I don't really have a name, but I do have a sound. Is that I was thinking of shh, but I'm not sure if you like that.
Then we shall be shh. The sound of a campfire on a cold, starless night. The sound of darkness and heat entwined. We shall carry the name shh. And with that, you feel the intense burst of passionate starlight energy once more envelop you. At which moment, you also feel a hand on your shoulder as one of the guards pulls you back, as you apparently were like almost falling out of the window, as the guard with the pike on his shoulder goes, "Ma'am, are you okay?"
Why did you have to do that? I
I
was fine.
I don't know. I don't. Fuck. Why? Ow. And you can see now as you look around yourself, a little bit of smoke is coming from your entire fur, as well as like the hand that he had just put on you as you. Motherfucker.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to hurt you, but I'm not sure how I did hurt you.
For the sake of this, Orlam, from now on, you can extend your resistance to physical damage also to fire damage. So you now also have resistance 3 to fire damage.
Fuck yeah.
As apparently,
Tank,
next
though.
to Saloon, it seems the stars are also quite enthralled by whatever you keep.
Okay, holy shit. I'm kind of creeped out by the fact that stars apparently are sentient beings now. Like, there's so many of them.
Number,
Some people don't
Tarush.
understand. I mean, this is all that Olam experienced. Like, who says it were actual stars? I don't know.
Also, like,
I
so
see.
many stars are already dead by the time their light reaches us, so...
Boo!
But can we just take a
If it
moment?
would work in the normal ways of the material world.
Can we just take a moment how fucking adorable that was?
You always call me adorable.
Oh, I mean,
Because you are.
I mean,
you called the stars. Shh, that is so pure and innocent and sweet. I can't. Oh, the edge of me is so proud.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Amunra, for getting that story beat towards us. And
Yes.
Olam, do realize that in a somewhat similar manner that Edge now has a devil monkey on her shoulder, quite literally. As this happens, you...
There.
Excuse me. You gaze outside the window once more, and where you still see like the open, starry sky, you do find it very easy to now also gaze and find this red, orange, and yellow nebula just twirling through the night sky. If you would point it out to someone, it would be very, very difficult to see, but the light seems to find your eyes so much easier than other people's.
Cool. Thank
Hell yeah.
you, Wouter. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And Amora, of course.
Oh yeah, the gate is now open. So,
I'm sorry, but how
Olam-
can you giggle like that and then not say that you're not adorable?
Shut up!
Never.
as the
Shut
guard,
up!
as the guard pulls Olam back into the space that all y'all were in, seemingly but a couple of moments have passed while all of this has transpired, and the rest of you are still underway to go hunt for Sergeant Uther Belfire.
Uther. Yeah.
It's Belfry.
Yep.
So Tarush, sorry, Tarush grabs the spell scroll of locate, and he opens it up in front of him as he holds his staff in his left hand. He holds it up just a few centimeters above the ground as it lights up with energy, and he starts saying these ancient draconic words inscribed in the scroll, and the staff just starts lighting as electricity crackles from it as he casts the locate spell, which does the following. Basically, I know the direction to Uther, unless there is lead or running water between me and him.
Yes. All right.
And
so-
otherwise, I find the nearest other Uther.
Yeah. It also only has a range of 500 feet, though. So that would be like 150 meters. So the island being a little bit larger than that, as you activate the spell, now for the next 10 minutes, you basically have a Uther radar that like pulses out 500 feet in every direction.
No, sorry. It takes 10 minutes to cast.
Oh,
but it is sustained. So
it's sustained.
I take 10 minutes to read out the spell. It takes a while, and after that, as long as I sustain it, I can go around looking for Uther
Gotcha.
motherfucker.
Very well. So you now have a Uther radar going in perpetuity as long as you see fit. But you know it's only like for 1.5 football fields for only 150 meters. So as you begin to cast it, standing in the middle of the keep, you realize that now the first scan has pulsed throughout the entirety of the keep. But as you suspect, the keep itself is cleared of all and any Uthers. So that is what you have to deal with right now. But still, the radar is turned on.
Very
What
well.
do you guys do?
I suggest we go to the nearest edge of the island and simply go around the perimeter. We
Take
simply
one step to the left and indeed find your companion Edge there.
I think the first thing we have to check is the possible exit points. Once we're sure he's not lurking there to try to steal a boat, we can then canvass the area.
I agree with I agree with you. We do need to find a place where he can leave this island.
The
Very well.
harbor it is then, says Lyra.
Let us go there, post haste.
Very well. Alright, so with 4 guards in tow, basically flanked on both sides, making you eye all that more professional in your endeavors here on the island. You quickly find yourselves outside of the keep and basically jogging towards the harbor. And as you do so, you quickly make your way over all and every different places. 2 of the guards actually speak up to the ones that you had knocked out, almost drowned in the waters just outside of the island. But basically, after a couple of sentences of conversation, you are in the clear, and it is indeed very nice that you didn't actually murder anyone. Very professional of all of you. And you realize that in this conversation, it is also made known that your boat now seems to be the only actual seafaring vessel. There are like a couple of small, rowing vessels, rowboats, like laying there at the ready if one would try to make their way towards the mainland. But right now they seem to all be accounted for. And Tarush, go ahead and make me a perception check real quick.
I take no credit for their survival, by the way.
Indeed you did not.
That is a natural 1.
All right. So as you scan this complete area, you are pretty sure that Uther is not here in the harbor, hiding somewhere. You're pretty decently sure of the matter that he is not to be found right here. So the harbor seems to be clear.
All right.
Okay.
I do not believe he is in the harbor. The spell does not locate him. Where to next, then?
Well, first of all, we have Joshua and 3 other men. How about we keep like 2 or 3 here? What do you think?
We can also just inform the guards that the dogs that under no circumstances should Uther be allowed to exit this island.
And
Yeah,
that
but
is
maybe
something
like
that is
an extra
that's something-
person for.
Sorry, one more time, Maxine?
Oh, maybe like an extra person for help. I do not know the strength of the sergeant, but we do not want him to kick around the guards and have an exit.
Joshua speaks up and says, well, the rest of the guards here already have their hands full with their normal tasks. They, of course, keep an eye out, but if we want someone to keep like scanning the vicinity, then it would be better that one of us stays here. Your call.
I propose we take a bit more of a drastic action to make sure that Uther does not escape, despite, or in the dire circumstance that he overpowers these guards. So, Tarush, without even waiting to discuss it, he walks over to the boat that we used to go here, and he I'm sustaining the spell, but I still have 2 actions next to that. So I smash down my staff as electricity runs to the rope holding the boat ashore as it just lights up.
We could have just asked someone to take the boat and go away and come back in like a couple of hours.
It's a dock, so I'm pretty sure there's other boats as well, Tarush.
No, Wouter just said this is the only water-worthy boat.
Oh, really?
There are a couple of rowboats, but no other seafaring vessels.
Seafaring,
He could, like,
that's the word.
try to find like a rowboat and get himself out of there, but that's all that he could do, pretty much.
Let us make a signal. More guards will return once we do this. Ooh, I hear the sound of a thing happening. Thank you. Nice. Excelente, Amunra. A haunting past. But
Oh, damn.
before that happens, so Tarush, as the boat starts drifting off, uses again some spells to light it on fire. If this is not a signal for more guards to return, I don't know what is. Let's call it
And you-
reinforcements.
Weren't we going to give these boats back to the person that we borrowed it from? We can't really do that when it's on fire.
Well, there are people coming to this island to check this out, so I think we will have a way back. It's a bit drastic, but I think we will be
It's
fine.
unnecessary.
However, this was somebody's boat, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. We
that
confiscated it.
That one is for Tarouche.
Tarouche is buying someone a new boat.
Cohen places his hand on Tarouche's shoulder and goes, I appreciate the idea, Tarouche. But next time, do consult us before you do something that cannot be undone. Let's just say it's good party practice.
Very well.
I mean, he could have set the rowboats on fire, but no, he has to pick the big one.
Don't say this too loudly, you will.
He will say
Right, the rowboats. No.
Don't.
Fireball!
My bad, I forgot.
Smash and
Let me
ruin
get
everything.
to...
I mean,
the fortress
wouldn't-
too. Let's just no.
Yeah, wouldn't the fortress have some kind of like
Oh,
alarm bell just in case?
Yeah, but the alarm
Like
bell.
instead of checking that, no, Tarouche just immediately chooses to set something on fire.
Also, the captain knows, so he probably is going to take some guards with him as well.
Yeah, but still, like the thing is, I don't want if there's a single guy swimming across the channel, and there are now a lot of boats coming back. They're gonna pick him up. They're gonna be like, "Hey, come back with us to the shore." Like, or a ship will be missing, and we know what to chase now. Honestly, I mean, in character, obviously, this was a dick move. Don't get me wrong. I know this, but I feel like it does make sense that we now
drastic,
have
but it
the
makes sense.
entire guard is coming back to the island. We have this beautiful circle in the form of a what you would call it, a blockade coming in on the island that we're on. So if he's already in the water, hopefully he'll be caught, and if he's not, then well, we'll fuck him up.
Going to be
Well, what's
amazing if there's
going-
just going to be one boat coming back.
What,
Well, I'll
what's
just
gonna
check it
stop him from, I don't know, like, just going like, yeah, guys, we need to be somewhere else, and just leaving on a vessel?
Well, he's just a sergeant.
So? That
And a
still
sergeant that
outranks
is
pretty much
swimming?
every private or...
Yeah, but these I imagine each of these boats has a sergeant of their own. Each of the big
Anyway,
boats.
I do suppose he's probably not swimming back to the main city, so...
DM, how much knowledge do we have about the power structures on these boats? Are there sergeants, colonels?
Oh,
lieutenants?
wow. I actually might know this. I've lore warfare. Does that count?
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah,
Go ahead and make a little
Tarouche.
warfare. Oh, yeah.
Warfare. That would be a total of 18. 9 plus 9.
You would figure that most of these vessels would all have like a quote unquote captain of their own, which would hold a rank approximately like somewhere to a sergeant or higher, depending on how large and important the vessel would be.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So in that sense, I imagine him coming up there and being like, "Hey, I was going for a swim. How about we go the other way?" I don't know. I don't think the sergeants would.
And as you
Or
gaze
he's
over,
gonna tell them the fort is under attack.
In which case, they'll go and help the fort. That's
and
perfect.
as you gaze over the water, like Farwater as a city, like the inner districts were actually risen up by the form of druidic magics. Like the cliffs are pretty steep, and then you have like high walls on top of those. So if you would want to swim from here to the mainland, I mean, like it's technically doable, but that's in the whole adventure on its own. In the Holst of Night, like he could very easily get like scooped up by a rogue wave and just knock his head and die and drown.
I mean, you say this, but he has an evil ancient fish god on his side.
That is true.
So I'm
Yeah, but he didn't have the ringing, did he?
we don't know.
No.
We don't know. And I'm assuming since he willingly helped the lieutenant, he might have.
We'll
So
burn all the boats.
well, we burnt the only seafaring boat. Like Unless
Yeah,
he's
but
gonna...
the rowboats.
Like, a rowboat... If he's on a rowboat, we would... Actually...
We
if
think
he's
it's
on a
more likely
rowboat...
he's going to swim instead of a rowboat.
No, but if he's on a rowboat, would we not see him from here, Wouter? That's a good question.
Like,
I mean,
it is in the
night,
middle of
it's
the
dark.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is in the middle of the night, but right now it seems that all rowboats are still accounted for.
Okay.
So that's like a boon to all of you.
Good to know.
And as far as you know, this is the only place where rowboats are actually kept. I mean, like, it is the harbor, so what you gonna do? So, like, you're pretty safe even if you don't burn this vessel, which you really want to do, I know, Tarush, you're pretty sure that he will not leave this island by one of these boats unseen.
So, back to in character then, Tarush turns around. I apologize then for the impulsiveness of my action. But I believe that with the rest of the Silver Sentinels returning to this island with, and he looks over at the burning boat, with a pyre that we have made, at least we'll make sure that Uther will not escape the vicinity of this island.
I do agree, but it might sound a bit conspiracy theory-based, but an island like this, a military island, it probably has like a secret entrance, exit, an escape route or something.
That's why Crowing would suggest to first check the shores for eventual caves or grottos or anything.
Yeah.
Also, probably because right now he's probably hiding, so he won't be going to places where people are. So he's probably going to go to the extremities of the island. So I think we should first. Crowing says we should check the shores and then spiral inwards into the island until we run out of ground to cover.
If he's within 150 meters, I shall sense it. If there is running water between us, I shall not find him. So
also, Crowing will request that Olam keeps an eye out for tracks because she's good at those kind of things.
I will.
As you are conversing about this, Amunra, thank you so much for buying another storage beat, and this one actually buying with a freaking 1,000 bits that has been shot into our faces. Crowan, you gaze out over the waters, thinking about what all of this might entail, beginning to indeed formulate this plan in your head about like what you would scan. As from the water you see bobbing over the waves as if it is walking on the sea floor, if you will, slowly but surely a face appears as a spectral entity just slowly walks out of the water. As this ghostly figure, it just croaks in your direction, Crowan, your name. You feel a cold shiver run over your back. As do you have your phone at the ready? Because I need to text you something real quick about all of this.
what the fuck did you do, Vincent?
Crowing do.
I think he killed someone. He definitely killed someone.
Like a whole village.
He
Okay, no.
absolutely killed someone.
How did they taste?
Let's like your mom. No, but I mean
Oh shit.
No, but I mean let's rewind here. He's a city guard who somehow abandoned the profession. I think he feels guilty for a death he might or might not have been able to prevent. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. What do y'all
It's
think?
his old partner.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
They were investigating some shady business, family, mob, whatever. The partner died. which dumped Crowan into a depression. It's a cop movie. It's the Departed.
That makes sense.
You
That's
were
a good
caught.
trope. That's a good trope. Yeah. What do you think, Maxime?
I think Rowan actually killed himself. But then he went back in time and he got himself back. But so he's working with the death of himself because he's actually somebody else.
Nope,
Oh.
next. No, not accepting this. This is nope. How
Crowan
can
is
you go back in time after you've killed yourself, Maxime?
Okay,
It's
I just
magic.
got a message from,
I would like all of you to roll initiative for me. So go ahead and make perception checks.
Oh, amazing.
All of
yeah.
What? But this is his thing. Let him fight.
I mean, you are still in the presence of all of this happening. You have agency.
I rolled.
you
I rolled
As your
another
crew
natural
comes
one.
along.
Fucking hell.
Nice. Oh God, I did too.
Woohoo!
The ghost doesn't seem to be.
I got out all the bad rolls before the stream started. She just needed to warm up. I rolled a 22.
22. Very nice.
19, please.
19.
Something weird.
7.
Crone. 7. Crone.
I'm thinking, but with what he sees, Crowan is going to be pretty shaken. So can I do something like a will save or something, like to check if I don't just skip a turn?
Sure. Very in character. I like it.
And I fail my will save.
Woo! Grimboy is a pack member.
Yay, Grim Boy!
Thank you so much for your continued patronage in this beautiful chaos that is our Pathfinder 2nd Edition stream. All right, so, then we only need Olam.
11.
11. All right,
Yeah.
so as you guys look onward, you see this feminine form, half translucent, still colored in what seems to be tethered, like simple blue and red wizard robes. Her hair, like, stroken to one side, a little bit wet, but it doesn't seem to be wet from the water that this ghost was in just now. Instead, you see, like, on the head, this large, gaping, bloody hole that drips and turns her hair in this deep red, wet mess. As she takes a couple of steps, you see that she is still holding on to what seems to be the upper half of a simple arcane staff, the other half broken off and lost somewhere long ago. As she takes a couple of steps, Edge, what do you do? You take a look, you hear the ghost screech out Crowan, and you look at Crowan, and you can just see him completely, like, lower jaw, like, clappering a little bit, like, he is completely stunned.
Okay, I am going to stand in front of him and grab his face to basically, like, block everything else from his view but me. Crowan? Are you okay? Snap out of it. And I just kind of do like this a couple times. How far away is the ghost?
Right now, it would be 40 to 50 feet away from you, because you guys are on the docks, and right now it seems to be quote-unquote walking on the seafloor, and just now you slowly see the body, like, emerge
Okay,
from
so
the water.
we've got a minute. Okay, so yeah, no, my whole turn is just trying to get Crowan to snap out of it.
Very well. In that case, let's take a look here.
Roll an animal handling?
No. I would say you roll the d20, and we will add Crowan's will save bonus to it. So this will basically be another will save for Crowan to see if he can snap out of it.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
That's
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot.
Yeah, that won't do, I'm afraid. Like, Crowan is just, like, staring through you as of this moment, completely still stunned in the whole chaos of the matter.
Well,
Jack,
yeah.
what do you do?
Good question. I will have a look if I can maybe do something. I think I'm first off I'm gonna it's dark. Is it dark outside?
It is dark outside. There are
I'm
some lights, so you can see, because the guards themselves have like torchlight at the ready to at least illuminate the harbor area a little bit.
In that case, I think I'm first off gonna cast Dancing Lights, because it just light comforts. Especially with ghosts. I mean, if you are spooked in your room, what do you want? The lights on. So I'm just gonna cast some Dancing Lights to illuminate the harbor a bit. And then I am going to... oh. I have one action left and I do not know what to do with. I am actually gonna take a little rest. I'm gonna see how this unfolds.
You're going to take the chill action.
The chill action, yes.
Very good. All right. Olam.
I'm sorry. Can I make a suggestion though?
No.
I mean, not really, because that is the most intense way of metagaming, I think.
Well, it's more because I'm not sure if Maxine knows the rules very well. In that sense, I just want to, if it's okay, recall knowledge is a single action. You're trained in the occult skill, I think. Maybe use that.
Have a quick look. I do not. Can I recall in Arcana?
I mean, because these are a ghost is an undead creature, that would be indeed an occult check, as Charlie said it, to know something about that sort of things. Religion would also suffice.
No, I am as a-religious as myself. So,
fair enough.
I'm afraid I cannot help in this. I'm a simple farmer who eats
All right.
and farms.
Are you vegetarian? Do you eat rats? Sorry. Let's continue the combat.
Olam.
No and no. Yes, no and no. Yeah, no and no.
Yes, no, and no. Olam, what do you do?
Well, first I have a question. Did we ever take time to heal?
No, you haven't taken time yet to.
I'm
to
fucked
actually-
too, but I think you're more fucked than I am, so use
I have
a
9
range.
hit points. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. How far away is she?
Right now, 40 feet or so.
What?
Wait, I'm at full HP. Does that mean that this combat I can be the tank?
Well, you can try.
You
See if I'm
can
done.
most certainly try, you little bitch.
It's my
You will
mom's
die.
birthday. Can we have one stream without the whole tank debacle, please?
No, we
Tank.
cannot.
I
Okay.
have fire
Not
damage
until
stuff
I hear
now.
people say that I am indeed the tank.
I am
As the
tank.
official tank, I would like to to not talk about this further.
So
Just,
as the tank, I'm going to take my turn now, and I am going to. Can I? I don't want to go.
And just a stream. I quit life.
No.
I'm out. I'm gone.
But you.
I
you
don't know, man. If you,
understood.
it's a very dark thing. If you commit suicide on stream, I won't say I like it, but on the
No,
other
it's
hand,
only
it
views,
probably
though.
will get us, a lot of
Yeah.
views. So, 30-70 on it in favor of the suicide.
So, Olam,
I'm going
what do you
to.
do?
I'm so not ready for this. I have this thing, this new spell that I chose to do. Inner Radiant Torrent. Inner
dear.
Radiance Torrent. And I'm just going to do that for 2 rounds.
Oh,
So, yeah, the
Are you
big
gonna,
one.
You're gonna Kamehameha like charge up for
Yeah.
one full. Okay.
So,
So
if
as-
if there's something going to happen that I shouldn't attack her, I can just she can move or
Like
something.
fizzle it. Yeah, you can just stop the. Okay, so right now, all of the red and yellow and orange starlight that you had seen just a few moments before, you now almost seem to pluck those energies from the very sky, and the rest of you can see that this time, the previous burst of light energy that Olam was pulling out of her very existence was this deep white hot coloration, but now it seems that from different places, different swirls of orange, yellow, and red now begin to coalesce into this passionate bolt of radiant energy. But for now, she is just still keeping it in her hands and charging it up for an entire round. At this moment, we do have Tarush, because with a 7, the ghost is actually first with an 11. So it slowly begins to just walk forward, and eventually, Edge, as you are still like holding on to Crowan, you feel this deep coldness within your being as you see coming from your face the hand of this ghost as it pushes through you, not even recognizing or realizing that you are there, and it puts its hand on Crowan, and with its last action that it has left, it is just going to ask.
Wait, that bitch
And
walked 50 feet
yeah, 2
within.
actions.
Floated.
Ah, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
And then with the last action, it basically asks why, and as this one question like reverberates throughout the air, I need all of you to go ahead and make me a will save.
No.
Be good enough?
But only if you are alive. So if you feel dead inside, because of like reasons, then
Always. Me or Olam?
yeah, Olam, I'm afraid.
No.
God damn it.
24.
24.
And my
Nice.
will save isn't that high. She's doing so much better, guys.
19, and my will save is pretty high.
That's
Fail,
a
I'm
s-
afraid.
That's a
Oh!
solid 15 for me.
Up
And
we
my
go,
will save is
Bolts,
amazing.
baby.
16 for me.
You
Also a fail for Crowan.
At a
And Olam?
13.
13 all fails except for Edge. Edge, this cold only seems to invigorate the devilish heat within you, and as this bitch asks the question why, you are basically standing like, I'm trying to get to the fucking answer, as you are still
I'm from the
holding on to
north, bitch. Get your hand out of my face.
literally. But the rest of you are frightened too, as this like lamentful question just reverberates your very souls. At which moment we do indeed get to Tarush.
Alright, frightened. I just want to make sure it also applies to skill checks. I think it does.
Yeah.
All your checks, yeah, okay. So first action, because, you know, you fuck the universe. First action, I sustain the locate spell.
Yeah, fuck, yeah.
Second action, I recall knowledge on this creature. Whatever it might be. Is it a ghost? Is it, I don't know, like a sea white? I know. I want to roll occultism on it.
Very well. Go ahead and roll me an occultism check.
I was like, am I going to use assurance to get that 10, or am I going to roll? I was like, I'm going to roll, and I got a 10. So that's a 19.
19. 19 is the exact DC that you need for what seems to be some sort of
Should have
ghostly
used
spectral
assurance.
creature. There are many different like versions of these sorts of creatures, but what you at least learn are like a couple of the basics about like ghosts or specters or whatever, like negative healing. So because they are creatures of negative energy, they actually are damaged by what would normally heal us. And so, for example, like the harm spell would heal them, and the heal spell would harm them. Very vague, I know. And of course, like because it is a incorporeal creature, it has immunities to a lot of different things, like precision damage, poison, paralyzed disease, all that sort of stuff. So you would actually need a weapon that is specifically made to damage these sorts of creatures, like the ghost touch thing that it has. But other than that, these spectral creatures are at least resistant against a lot of different forms of damage.
Okay, so physical damage, you mean specifically, right?
Pretty much everything. Like flames also go through them, electricity also goes through them, just a little bit. Like you know that basically because all different kinds of damage except force damage all carry something of a physical nature with them. Like acid also needs to like apply itself to the skin, etc., etc., etc.
Very well. So Tarush finds a very shorthand way to try and relay this to the rest of the pack, screaming, "This is a ghost. Physical things will do very little to it. think like we're trying to hurt Olam.
Emotional damage. I get it. Emotional damage.
No,
I love how he used at least 1 second of his 6 seconds to say this is a ghost. I think we all know it's a ghost, Tarush.
Tarush is like in a Scooby-Doo movie. He's like, ghost!
Ghosts! Try to use force damage and don't do physical things. That's also from Scooby-Doo.
Did you say the thing about the healing? Hurting them?
Also, so, positive energy to hurt them. Negative, avoid it.
Use your lethal words!
Yeah, too late. Those are my 6 seconds.
I will say, yeah, those are the 6 seconds, but I will say you guys are smart enough to understand what he tried to tell all of you.
Then I have one more action, which is... I know, man. I guess I will use shield. So Tarush, he's holding up his staff. He's frustrated. He wants to do so many things, but his left hand is shaking, trying to sustain the locate spell. And again, another wave of not quite invisible energy pours out, but this time it leaves behind a telekinetic shield around Tarush.
Very well, at least protecting you a little bit. As the first round of combat is over, and Crowan, I need you to go ahead and make me another will save to see if you can actually do something this time around.
Is 18 enough?
18 will be enough.
Oh.
As right now, you at least find your composure. You were still frightened too, but go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick to see what...
That would be at 19 with the perception.
19? Alright, so that will be your place in the initiative order. Edge, you had a 19 as well, I think. Wait, no? 18?
22.
Oh, 20. Oh, wait, sorry. I
think Jack had a 19.
Yeah.
I had a 15 even.
Oh, 15. Excuse me.
And
Alright, so...
there's an artifact thing happening as well.
Oh! More artifacts.
A heal on Olam.
Ah, very nice. Alright, so Olam, as you are still feeling pretty hurt by all of this, we are at level 3, so a nice little burst of healing artifact energy heals you for a total of 10. 10 hit points go to you.
That's more than she had!
Yeah! More than
Yay!
doubled! Yeah! More than doubled. Very nice. Alright, so, with that, Edge, you still feel this spectral lady literally with her hand in your face. What do you do?
Well, she's a ghost. She went right through me, so I assume I can't, like, grab her wrist or anything.
As you try to grab her wrist, you do feel like a little bit of resistance, and you do feel that there is a little bit like push over there, but still, after you like squeeze a little bit, your hand goes through.
Waste of your first action. What do you do next?
No, but you can't interact with this creature. It's just...
I don't know if this is going to work, but I do have a potion of minor healing. Which needs to be ingested, but she probably can't because she's a ghost, so I'm for my second action, take out that potion of my minor healing. And
no, this is your first action.
Okay, so first action, take out the minor healing on Cork. Turn around. And at first, just like throw a little bit in her face, but not all of it.
I like it. As you do so, a couple of drops like go into her face, like, and seems to burn away a little bit of her actual skin, and she seems to like also react to it.
All right, then I'm gonna dump the rest of that vial on there too.
Very well. All right, so go ahead and roll me a d8, I think, for the healing potion.
I'm not sure. It's a minor one. Let me check the F.
I think that's a d8.
Yeah, the minor healing potions we have is a 1d8.
Okay.
Period.
That's the diamond one. 2.
All right, so with that, her first, like, almost calm demeanor of this spectral entity is abruptly changed as you get, like, the potion out, and just douse it over her being. With that, the hand retracts from Crowan's face. You too. And it now gazes in your direction, Edge, and seems to be very much agitated. You see the tethered robes of red and blue begin to billow forward as the broken off piece of the staff begins to sparkle and begins to almost like pulse with energies once more.
Okay. Come at me, bitch. So I have this thing when we leveled up. Mystic Strikes. Focusing your will into your physical attacks imbues them with mystical energy. Your unarmed attacks become magical, allowing them to get past resistances to non-magical attacks. So I'm going to use that and Bop Bop Flurry of Blows.
Okay, very nice.
First one does not hit. That's a 3 on the die. Second one is not much better. That's an 18 total.
Excuse me, one more time.
The first one did not hit. That was a 3 on the die for a total of 12.
No hits.
No, and the second one was an 18.
18 still misses, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no,
So,
I didn't roll very well.
It does seem that your hands with the mystical energies do indeed help with actually like targeting this ghost. Still not as easy as you thought it would be, and now that it is like alarmed to your hostile presence, it just like floats away and actually goes up a little bit and then slowly, daintily drops back down to the floor in front of you.
That's all for me then.
Crowan, as you are like together with this ghost also like retracting itself from you, Edge, and it's turning it into combat, you snap back to reality and your turn is yours.
Okay, I think first things first, he's gonna say, this isn't right. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be that. This isn't right. He's just gonna keep this isn't. And he's gonna basically try to right the situation the best he can with his silver mace and basically just hit the ghost.
Alright, so go ahead and make your attack rolls.
The first one is 23 total.
23 hits.
Okay, so Edge is already in contact, but it's immune to precision damage, right?
It is immune to precision damage, indeed.
Even with a ghost touch mage. Okay. Then that's 10 damage.
10 points of damage. Alright. As Crowan steps up with Final Judgment in his hands, and where the ghost like easily deluded you, his mace seems to strike through as if it was a actual physical being being hit. As the ghost moves to the side a little bit, and you can actually, as the impact hits the side of this ghost, you can hear the ribs crack, and her already tethered form crunches over even further. And this time her breathing actually gets a little bit more raspy as her lungs are probably perforated by this blow. And for your last action, Crowan?
Oh wait, it was a 21 by the way, because I was frightened. I forgot about that.
Okay, oh, still hits though.
Okay. I have little chance of actually hitting her next. I'm gonna try. Crowan's gonna revert to his most primal self and gonna try to intimidate the ghost. And goes, if you know what's good for you, sleep again.
Very well, go ahead and make an intimidation check.
And this very unconvincing shout is I do roll a 20. So
A 20.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a critical success or just that's a 30 in total.
30 total. Holy shit.
Oh, a natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh, natural 20.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, as you shout these words, Crowan, you see a glimpse of remembrance in her eyes, and she like shudders back at your sight. The ghost now slowly drifting back away from you, seemingly almost like shrinking in place. Hell yeah, so the ghost is frightened too.
Yes. Okay.
With that being said, Jack, what do you do?
Yeah. So I was thinking, Jack should probably notice, but I forgot it for a second. Things with a will save, do they affect this ghost? Or?
I mean, probably. Like, it seems to be at least a conscious being.
Yeah,
In that case,
it's mostly
in that
immune
case,
to fortitude-related things, at the very least.
In that case, I stand with Groen and I cast sleep. Because they should probably go back to sleep. So
Very well.
that's a will save.
It's a will save. Oh my god. Okay, so that will be a 10.
Total?
10.
Total 10. Yeah.
Oh, that's a failure. The creature falls unconscious. If it's still unconscious after 1 minute, it wakes up automatically.
Okay. So, for the sake of this, together with like the mental blow that it already got from Crowan, technically ghosts are immune to being unconscious, but together with your added efforts, both Edge, like dousing the creature in holy magical healing fluids, Crowan giving it a good slap with final judgment, and you now also pouring your arcane might out over it, you see that this spectral form, already frightened by the whole situation, just slowly caves in and begins to drift out and back into the water, where it just disappears out into nothingness, while still whispering Crowan's name over and over and over, until it is synonymous with the waves slowly washing ashore, as all of the guards with weapons drawn just look at it and go, "What the hell was that? Was that part of the sergeant's ruse?" And that's where we will take our little break for this evening.
Ooh-wee.
Okay, so in character, I was gonna say, "What the fuck, Crowan?" So instead, because we're taking our break, I will say out of character, "What the fuck, Vincent?"
Why'd you have to kill a woman? You know bitches come back to haunt you.
You have literal skeletons in your closet? No, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
We'll have to see how that goes. For now, we will take a short break. We'll be back in 15 minutes, where we continue the ghost, hunting, and hopefully we will be able to find Uther and see if we can get some information out of Dante as well.
Oh yeah.
So see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
And we're back. So, to quickly jump into where we last left off. Our heroes, known as the Pack, had come to a island of the Silver Sentinels, the local guards, to apprehend one of the corrupt lieutenants within their ranks, Dante Corsell. This is what they did last episode, because as of this episode, our entire stream was basically hijacked by a Munra, who, using both llama points and money alike, decided that instead we would focus on both Crone and Olam this episode, as a story beat for each of them was bought and used. Olam, a black, sparkling galaxy panther who had been set on this earth by her goddess Saloon, seemingly had also found some interesting other parties, namely the actual starry sky itself. This evening it seemed that the stars called out to Olam, and after finding her way towards a group of stars that seemed very nice to her, Olam dubbed this one cluster within a red, orange, and yellow nebulae Shh, and has now seemingly found another entity group thing, which offers her guidance and asks her to guide. And next to this, as you are trying to apprehend another corrupt guard who is trying to escape the island, at the very docks of this island, from the water came a almost literal skeleton from Crowan's closet, as a spectral, ghostly appearance of a human woman appeared and lamented Crowan, asking why over and over before being burst and dealt with by the rest of the party members. While this is going on, the other corrupt guard named Uther is still on the loose, probably trying to find a way off this island, or perhaps he has already left. While a couple of other guards, now aligned with you, are looking at all of you very questionably about what the hell this ghost was that just appeared and needed to be dealt with, as well as what to do next. So without further ado, pack members, as you stand here on the shore of the harbor of this island, and as you heave and hoe after having to dispatch a ghost, what would you like to do?
Crowan! And Tarush puts his staff down to focus his energies on the locate spell, really trying hard not to lose that focus. What are the names of the 11?
This is important right now?
I don't know.
Well, if we are going to be attacked every time, I think it's important, yes.
Sir, after taking time to compose himself, Crowan is going, this can't be good. It must be someone trying to rattle me. I believe it's why now? Why? And then he looks at his mace and he's like, okay. And it's just figures, okay, so not long after he found the mace meant to basically destroy ghosts, there's a ghost attacking him. Is this linked? Is this fate? Is this... I'm not sure. We can't do anything about it now. Let's just find the sergeant.
Yes, find the sergeant first. We'll talk about this later.
For once, Edge and I find ourselves agreeing. Uther,
Don't worry, I won't
is...
make a habit of it.
Yes. I think it stinks as well. And we move on, I guess.
Yeah.
To the Belfriar bastard.
Before we do walk on, I'm just gonna put my hand on Crowan's shoulder and give him this look like, you okay though?
I'll be fine. But if you look at his face, he won't be fine. He's not.
That's all Edge needs to know right now, and for the rest of the night, Edge is gonna keep one eye on Crowan.
Very well.
Like a chameleon, like.
Yeah, like crossing your eyes, but the other way. Just look.
Yeah, so the plan was, from what I understood, just to recap, we were gonna basically go around the perimeter of the island. Yeah. And we're gonna, if we don't find him, we're gonna go slowly inwards, spiral-like, until we find, right?
Yeah.
Just for because Wouter will ask, do we go clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise. Counterclockwise is bad luck.
Well, or maybe, okay, this is gonna sound bad, but how about we make two groups and one goes clockwise and the other one goes counterclockwise?
Well,
and then we meet each other so often.
I mean, that would make sense in most cases, but I do have the locate spell, so if he's anywhere nearby, I immediately sense it.
Yeah,
Also-
that's true.
Also, the locate spell technically only targets an object, not a person per se. So, what kind of object of Uther are you targeting or searching for?
It's lying ass.
His.
Very well.
I love how Maxime is always like a man of few words, and you know there is some interaction, but when he speaks, damn,
Yeah.
King of Sass, I bow down before you.
I was gonna go with so I remember he had a pretty unique weapon. Is that correct? A warhammer?
No, he just had a long sword and oh wait, yes indeed, he had a warhammer and a shield. Didn't seem all that special to you. You would have recognized the shape and form of both the shield and the warhammer as simple like silver sentinel attire that other guards also could use. You did see, however, that because he is a sergeant, the armor set that he was wearing was a little bit more ornate. Like you guys have been leering at each other for quite a while. For example, you could also try to target like a specific part of his armor set.
I was thinking he had a pretty unique looking beard.
Beard is not an object, though. No, but yeah, definitely something he can't just throw away like a part of his armor. That's going to take him a while to take off.
Like something like a badge or something like, hi, I am. How can I help you?
Like his name tag.
Yeah. That would I want something that every
in that case, I say we go for the sergeant's armor. Because we know where the other sergeant on this island would be. So that would make sense. Yeah, I don't know if anyone objects.
Then we have to steer clear of the other sergeants, I guess, then.
Yeah, in total there would be 3 sergeants on the island right now. One that had like magic duty, another one that was in charge of the warehouse, and then Uther himself. So as you know the location of the other 2, you ask around, and Joshua, one of the guards that is now escorting you, also goes, "No, those armor sets should be the only ones here. I mean, we don't want people to run around in like
sergeant's armor.
Yeah, like passing themselves off as ranks that they're higher than they actually are."
Tarush looks down at his own armor.
Yeah.
Looks back up.
So we know where the other 2 are, so whenever you get the 3rd ping, then that is the one that we're chasing.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, go that way, I guess.
I think that's our most can I make a retroactive perception check to see if there maybe was anything unique about the warhammer or the shield? Maybe maybe he carved his victims into it, you know, just a little tally, or maybe there was a little signature on there, or a name tag.
This will be a very, very difficult check.
I feel like it's worth it, just to make the search a bit easier.
Go ahead and make a perception.
Well, 2 natural ones, now an 18. 24.
24. I will say that it'll still be too difficult to ascertain. You were like in a heated conversation with this man to figure out what the hell was going on. Like,
fair enough.
Like, simple scratches and stuff. Like, do you remember what exact scratches are on your bike as of this moment? I don't.
No, that's totally fair. All right, then sergeant's armor it is.
All right. So with that, you together with the other guards, the guards quickly get some torchlight to basically like scan the entirety. So at a 9-man total party, you begin to clockwise just like beam over the entirety of the island. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. So as you begin to walk around this elongated island, eventually you find yourself at the very, very back of the island where the actual keep is situated, where you still have like a small little stretch of land where you can walk around before a pretty steep cliffside overgrown with like bushes and small trees completely blocks all view over there. And as you begin to walk around that edge, Tarush, you feel on your radar bleeping from like beneath there within the shrubbery, like close to the water side, you hear or yeah, like you sense that the armor set that you were looking for is right over there. So right now you are like on a cliffside and basically like 30, 40 feet down, like a steep slope completely overgrown with vegetation. You find the armor set.
Okay, so out of character, this is a trap. In character, Tarush is so I like there's a piece of shrubbery that I see off in the distance that I think the armor set would be.
Well, so basically you have like a cliffside, which is like longer than the keep itself, because like this keep was situated here on this island. So basically the entire island, like at the harbor, begins right over here, and then it begins to slowly creep up all the way to the back where you have the keep. And then here you have like basically a cliffside for like, I'd say like 60 feet downward until you like touch the water again. And that cliffside is completely overgrown.
Okay. So and we're on top of the cliffside then.
Yeah, right now you are like walking all the way to the back of the keep. The keep would be situated here. You have like a small path to the back, and there, somewhere within that shrubbery, you find the bleep of your locate spell.
All right. So as we approach, I hold up my finger to my mouth to make a little bit of a shh signal, not the stars, but and and I point my staff at there, and I hold up my hand and I use prestidigitation to kind of give a cosmetic effect to the spell I was already having, so that the rest of the party can see exactly what I'm sensing. It's basically an arrow pointing exactly towards the shrubbery.
Fun fact, prestidigitation does not allow you to make any illusion at all in Pathfinder 2nd edition. That's a 5th edition thing.
Oh, that is my bad. In that case, I just point... Fair enough. I point my staff towards it. I make, like, a signal. I point at it. Again, I put my finger to my mouth. And I whisper. That's where the armor is. I say we put lights upon it. And then rain fire.
You said that the cliffside was completely overgrown with vegetation?
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to use that to climb down silently?
Possibly. Like, there are more than enough handholds at the very least. But right now, I will say all of you go ahead and make me a perception check as you like walk closer and Tarush gets into a position that he can easily point to the actual space. Because of course you already like see the bleep as you are still 500 feet away, as it comes like in the very edge of your locate spell.
I love it how throughout 2 campaigns I keep rolling terribly on perception. 9.
11.
11. 12.
20.
20.
17.
17. Okay, I guess I'll not even ask for Tarush. Jack.
No,
Olam,
9.
Oh, 9. All right. Still though, Jack, Olam, as you walk towards this place and Tarush like points it out, you do find that at one point you see a couple of like skid marks on the ground where like the grass makes way for a little bit of a dirt trail that turns into this vegetation. And as you follow like the dirt trail, you see that perhaps there is like a path through the vegetation that you could more easily climb through, perhaps towards that very armor set.
Wouter, you need to eat.
I need to eat.
Maxime too.
I have
I shall
a
eat
handful of
once
nuts.
again.
Have you eaten, Charles?
Charlie does not eat in hills.
You're
Thank you for
muted,
the food,
babe.
Grimboy. My nuts are gobbled up deliciously.
I have these knockoff chips.
What?
They look just like the originals, though.
Ah, nice.
How they taste like Johnny.
Well, Is someone like pointing something out?
I
Otherwise,
am
I'm
going
just gonna
to make-
try to start climbing
I wanna
towards the bush.
I wanna make the follow me gesture and go there.
Yeah.
I will
Oh.
follow Olam in a very sneaky manner with my hands up high and then like on my tippy toes.
All right, so you guys want to start like stealthily climbing down?
No. Tarush
Oh,
stays
that's-
up on the edge of the cliff, maintaining his spell. I honestly, like, I don't want to risk falling down and losing the sustaining. If he left his armor behind, if some other sergeant is taking a shit there, I don't know. But I don't want to lose the sustaining, so I stay up there.
Do you
All
have a
the guards.
levitate in case you need to come down fast or something?
I don't. No, that is way beyond my pay grade. But I do have reach spell, so I could hopefully maybe do some things.
As this is going on, like all of the guards now also realize, like, oh, a little bit sneaky. So the 4 guards with you all like come closer for a moment, and they just like ready their crossbows, like still put up or like slightly down, not like because they don't really have a target, not like pointed anywhere, but they are at the ready and just like nod to the rest of you. Basically, at your beck and call, you have a volley of crossbow bolts.
Wait.
All right, so with that, I would like the rest of you then. Crone, what are you doing? Are you also going to stealth down, or are you still a little bit flabbergasted after the ghost?
I'm still pretty shocked, but I'm just gonna follow Olam's lead on that one.
Very well. Then everyone except for Tarush. By the way, Lyra also just stays up here. Can go ahead and make me a stealth check first.
10.
10. All right.
12.
I'm going to
10,
use my
12.
hero point because that wasn't very good.
One of the 2. You even have 2.
One of the 2.
It's not very smart to walk on your tippy toes. That's a 13.
Okay, so we have a 10, a 12, a 13, and a
That's cocked.
cock.
That is not better.
Oh, you-
I can't use 2 hero points for the same
Nope.
roll,
Really
right?
not.
Take
Oh,
higher, though.
10,
Fuck.
12, 13, and
14.
10, 12, 13, 14. That's a nice little stepping stool all the way up. All right, so with that, each and every one of you slowly begins to, as silently as you can, try to get through all of the foliage and the underbrush. So basically you have a thick layer of bushes just completely covering it, with here and there some trees like sticking out for like 2 or 3 more feet. And as you try to be stealthy, the first couple of feet go pretty okay, but after that, each and every one of you keeps having these points where your foot like gets stuck on a little vine, and like little bits of sound emanate each and every time.
Would
But-
that be drowned out by the crashing of waves nearby, maybe?
A little bit. Like you guys are stealthy, like you are still stealthing, but you do realize that you guys are making some sound, which you would hope you would not have to make. Also, just real quick, each and every one of you athletics checks, because you are technically climbing.
Sure, now I roll decent. Fuck.
20.
Good.
22.
You're good.
Net 20, apparently.
Very good.
23.
23. Jesus. Yeah. All right. So climbing is not an issue whatsoever, and you slowly begin to make your way down this path. And indeed, you can see that here the foliage is pushed aside a little bit more easy. The different trees give you nice little hand reaches for you, and as you slowly get further and further downward, I also need Edge to go ahead and make me a perception check, as you were leading this charge.
21.
21. As you get closer and closer, you like peer down here and again, and eventually something catches your eye in one of the trees that is just above you, as a twinkling of starlight shouldn't reflect off a tree, and you gaze upward, and there you can see, put together in a familiar pattern, a bunch of indigo crystal pieces in a small sack with a rope tied down and around where you are heading, as a small little crystal trap is laid there. You have seen these things before in the sewer systems, put there by the scum.
Can I use my lightning to trigger it beforehand?
Well, you're stealthing.
You could try to do so, and like with a decent attack roll, you should be able to just burn away the rope and let the trap trigger prematurely. But indeed, that would also make some noise. Right now, this is like you can't really see all the way down yet. It's like still 15 feet, and the foliage is pretty thick all around. But you don't see any movement with your 21 in perception.
Okay. Do I see where the rope is going? Like where we would trigger it?
Yeah, like somewhere in the foliage, in basically the 5-foot square in front of you.
Right.
Somewhere over there. And you can see like from the foliage, like this small piece of like seaweed made rope that the scum had made that then goes like around one of the branches and coalesces into this small bag of crystals that reflect the starlight.
I will use a hand to tap Olam on the foot or shoulder, wherever position she is, and like point towards it, and then point down and suggest a different path.
Can we not, like, disable this? Like, do something to disconnect the bag from the rope and then just contain
Well, either
the
way,
bag?
the crystals are gonna fall, and
Or to make a lot of noise.
Can we just step over the rope and avoid the trap?
well, right now we're still climbing down the cliff,
Oh, okay.
and I can see where the rope is leading, but I can't 100% see the trigger point yet.
can-
Right now, just kind of like
If
it's
you have
probably over there.
if you would have some tools, you for example, because the rope goes up a tree, you could like snap the rope but affix it to somewhere else. So if you would have like just like a bladed weapon or something, you
Would
could cut
monkey
the rope
teeth
and then
do it?
affix it. They might very well.
All right. Because my backpack is full of stolen shit.
And silverware.
Nox has been on my shoulder, so yeah, I'm gonna tell him to bite the rope, tie it
Are
somewhere
you-
else.
Are you gonna ask the imp with it?
No, I'm asking Nox because I can
Very well.
command him.
Very well.
He is my familiar. That imp is staying in the subconscious.
As like a cat ready to pounce, he wiggles his butt a little bit as you can feel like his back feet just perch itself a little bit more steadily on your shoulder, and then like from branch to branch, he's there, climbs down, almost loses the rope, but he holds on to it dearly, and then he does like gaze towards you like, little help please. As the rope and the crystal is pretty heavy for the small monkey, so you quickly like get the rope and like just tie it to a loose branch, and the trap is disarmed.
Okay, good. You're getting so many nuts tonight. You're doing so well. And then I guess we continue.
Very well. All right, so
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, now that we're climbing, I probably can't reach the treats.
no, it's like you could try,
But he'll
then
get
you have
them
to-
later.
You basically have to, because there are a lot of handholds because of all of the foliage. So you could probably like perch yourself to a tree for a moment and grab in one of your
Ah, yeah,
bags.
then I'll do that. I'll give him some treats and kisses too.
So with that, another 5-foot square downward, another couple of feet down, and then you can see that the foliage like ends 10 feet onward, and you can see that there is basically like a very miniature quote-unquote bay over there. Like the entire cliffside just continues around, but there seems to be like one semicircle been cut out of it. You don't know what's in there because like the foliage still cuts off your vision, but you can see like 10 feet further onward there's seemingly like a chunk out of the cliffside with the foliage and all of it, leading towards where you believe to be the armor set, somewhere around there.
I'm
think we
gonna
should
I'm
be-
gonna just look up real quick and check that Tarush is still pointing at the same bit.
Right now, from where you are, you can't see Tarush pointing.
Can't see him. Okay.
Yeah, but mentally, spiritually, ethically, and morally, Tarush says, burn it all down.
And it's not like a huge ass travel all the way down. You're pretty certain that around this area, maybe 5 feet to the left, maybe 5 feet to the right, but somewhere here was the place where Tarush was pointing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I would like to make a perception check to see if I see anything. Now that we're
Two?
closer to the target.
Yeah, can we aid on this?
Let's just go for another roll of perception checks all around.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. That's another 11.
11.
It's the second time I rolled a 4 on a perception check. It's stupid.
23.
24.
That's a 19 for me.
19. All right. So Edge still transfixed on whatever danger might be in the immediate vicinity. The rest of your party members also slowly begin to climb
Nox's
down.
tail is in my face. I'm like,
Like he's enjoying those nuts so much, but he's also getting a little bit obnoxious with it.
nice, nice, nice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Together with the perceptions of your companions, you realize that it's awfully empty and quiet here. So you slowly take a couple of steps down and you find a number of things. First off, with your perception checks, Olam, your cat-like nose seems to remember what it was like to venture through the sewer systems. And you smell, indeed, together with the webbed feet prints in like the mud where the cliffside enters into the water, you see that scum were here not too long ago. And next to that, you see that this alcove seemed to be just large enough to have a small skiff, if you will, like a small rowboat here at the ready. What you can also find is that like half buried in the ground, opened up, completely empty, lays a chest, and you find a wooden stake, if you will, like in the ground, still with a piece of rope tied to it, now just dangling loose in the water, where one could have attached said boat.
There's a
I'm
boat.
gonna-
There's another boat.
No, there seemed to be like in this small alcove, what I described to you, seemed
Yeah.
to be large enough to hold like a small rowboat.
It used to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what you see in the immediate vicinity. But for the sake of this, I will say, as you take a couple of steps further, you find the guard outfit and shield and mace discarded on a pile next to what seems to be a now completely abandoned small encampment of a couple of scum. Looking at the different footfalls, there were probably like between 2 and 6 just staying here. You can see what would be akin to half-eaten rations for them. And you have seen that like the other different people of interest, Vermilion had a entrance for the scum and actually ambushed you in the middle of the night. Lyra had a direct connection to a waterway where the scum could get in. And now it seems that Dante and apparently someone who was deep enough in league with him to know about the scum also had here on the cliffside a nice little alcove from which they could get scum up into the keep.
Olam, you can send messages, yes?
Only if I can see them.
Within 30 feet, I believe. So that's basically just like
Yes.
whispering to the other side of the room, not like sending a message all the way to someone far away.
But wait, you said not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
How
it's
fast
been-
does a rowboat
I'm
go?
meant to let the people on the top of the cliff know what
Well,
we
but
found.
I can see them.
You can shout.
So
All right, I'll shout. They're not here. Calm down.
But How fast does a rowboat go?
Well, first
Depending
off,
on how fast you're rowing.
First off, if you want to know those sorts of things, go ahead and make me a survival check to ascertain. Like this is something with your high perception, because all three of you had pretty high perceptions. This is something that you figure out by just walking around and taking a look.
I can send a message upstairs. A message cantrip has 120 feet, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Neat.
Then instead of shouting, I'm gonna do that because they might still be within earshot, and if they know they're gonna be followed, they're gonna, pick up the pace.
But 9 on survival, hard to say any details as of this end right now.
What do you message, Jack? Sorry,
he dipped. No. Found encampment, rowboat missing. Empty.
Armor taken off.
Armor discarded. No one. Dot.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine if I would do Widen Spell and Moonbeam, would I be able to hit a boat?
You have to know where the boat is, right?
Well, I can just try and shoot it in a line and see what happens.
Is this a philosophical or a metaphysical question?
As you gaze out over the waters, and the waves here are pretty steep now and again. Like it's like a difference of like half a meter down and then half a meter up again. You gaze over the open water, and with the moon and starlight, you're pretty certain that within the range of your moonbeam, there are no boats.
But my moonbeam is 120 feet, and I would use Widen Spell, so that
would be 36
more.
meters. Oh no, wait. Yeah, 36 meters would be 120 feet. Within 36 meters of you, there's no boat on the open water.
I think he's gone.
And 130 feet. Okay, I'll rest my case.
That changes things.
Well, actually, no.
16 boats appear. Which one do you choose?
Every one of them. I guess I won't do that. Well, that's it. I guess we can just go back as well, right? They don't really have to come here because
Going is not very comfortable with staying close to water for some reason, and starts climbing back up.
I'd like to rummage through whatever they left behind at the encampment, just to see if maybe they left something behind.
I'd like to help.
Survival or perception check?
Perception's much better, so...
Ooh,
that's a...
with that.
Natural 18 plus 7 is 25.
25, alright. See if Olam can make it a 26 or even a 27.
Can I choose if I use perception or... Oh, it's the same. Never mind. That's 26.
26, alright. So that's a +1 to you, Edge.
Okay.
Alright, so as you guys begin to rummage through this small encampment, you find not like objects of interest. It seems that whatever was here of interest has been picked clean, but you do begin to realize that this place was not just something that was occupied like right now. This has been an ongoing endeavor. And as you begin to rummage through, you find discarded in the bushes another set of clothing that got a little bit muddy, that are just like thrown out there, no longer necessary, it seems. With like simple, dark fabrics to just
London.
Perhaps.
Okay, so I have a question. Does the Silver Sentinel have fireworks that happen to spell out 2 naked people trying to get across the canal? Capture them.
2 naked people?
Well, they both... There are apparently
there was
2
the
people.
sergeant, and then there was Scum.
Yeah, but there's another set of clothing.
There's
That
another set
was
of clothing that is discarded in the bushes.
Yeah.
Not you.
No, so the sergeant's armor and another set of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
That other set of clothing has probably been there a while.
Do we know that for sure?
I assume. Can I smell the clothing to see if it?
This matters for the fireworks
Well,
that I
first
will
up,
set
I'm
off.
gonna
I will
hold
say
the
this.
clothing to see if it still has some body warmth to it, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna smell it to see how long it's been here in the mud.
It smells a lot like the chest that you just found, and it has no body warmth on it.
It's been here a while.
But there was a sergeant that could use like sending, right? Is that just a one-time thing, or can he do that more often? Because we can just ask him to send a sending.
This was the only spell slot of 5th level or higher that he had left, I'm afraid. Like this was like the emergency sending that the Silver Sentinels had at the ready for exactly this.
Wait.
Wait.
Can I use my lore underworld to try and figure out what a safe place for people on the run would be nearby?
What?
Like, where would they go? Are they gonna go to a smuggler's hideout? Are they gonna go to a shady tavern?
Right. Go ahead and make a lore underworld check.
15?
15. You have spent a couple of nights here already, talking to people, drinking with Zorel, just getting a little bit of lay of the land, also doing actual research in what the hell is going on over here. And together with that, together with the scum that apparently were here, it all points to the same direction, like the sewer system.
The artifact does things.
The artifact does things. What kind of things, I wonder?
Excuse me, that was very unladylike.
So, at first, another nice little pulse of positive energy does venture your way, Edge, just to, let's say, take the edge off a little bit, huh?
Nice.
Real
As,
bad.
13 hit points are
Ooh, that's good. I love
returned
it.
to you.
Thank
But in the
you.
same time, Tarush, in a somewhat similar manner as the artifact had given you a wish spell and with it a vision of different things, the artifact now also whispers into your ear a calling of sorts, telling you that the Cerulean Circle has a job for you. It's not as much in words as it's like a vision entering your mind, a piece of knowledge that is departed by the artifact to your person.
Tarush, just for a second, a split second, releases the grasp on his staff. It almost falls down before he catches it again. He releases the spell, the locate spell. As he looks around, confused where that came from. He looks down and he has some sort of realization. An inner thought. Was it his? Was it the artifacts? I'm actually not sure. But he seems to have a sense of, I know, ambition to this. The feign of a greater understanding of what's going on. But unfortunately, it's just a Nadeko, I think, fucking with him. Yeah, it is.
We were talking about the lore underground thing. Would
Underworld,
I be
yes.
able to guess? That's
15?
what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we came to the conclusion that probably all the signs point, together with the scum, point towards that.
Oh, right, towards
this
the
guy
sewer
was-
system.
Yes,
Right. Sorry, that completely slipped my mind for a second.
No worries.
I turn around to Olam, and I say, "You're not going to like this."
No, what are you going to do?
We need to go to this.
No, not normal water, no.
need
Do we
go
have
to
to
the what?
go with the boat first and then go to the sewers again?
Another ghost sound.
Wow.
As you hear, just echoing outside the range of all of you, you hear a pleasant but somehow also a little bit annoying female voice. Hi there, we're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. At which point one of the guards with his crossbow up goes like, oh crap, that's for me. And he puts the crossbow down and walks off for a moment.
He fucks off.
God damn it, Bart, get back here! No, this is important, this is important.
Bart has a cart that
Bart
has
has a
extended word. Nice. Okay, Amunra, I love you, bro. You've been so interactive, but you keep like taking my focus, which is already like a dangerous thing to do. Someone with ADD, and I'm tired and slightly
You are going
hungover.
to explain that I don't have to do water things, thank you.
Yes, you may not have to do the water things because we might just be able to let the captain know that bad people are in the sewers, and maybe just send a bunch of guards down there.
That is a nice one. I
What?
feel like you are lying to me about that. That is a possibility, but okay.
We might also need to go to the sewers as soon as possible to make sure that they don't make a run for it again.
But can we skip one of the two? No boat or no sewer.
Well, we need to get to the mainland, so
It's
There's
definitely
both,
going to be
yeah.
both.
and a sewer.
And since the Rouge burned ours, I'm afraid we're going to have to use the...
Swim.
Okay, so I did something that was like flying. Can I do that instead of going on the boat?
If you can make
you're-
yourself fly, then yes, you can go.
DM. Do your thing.
You can try. Like you can try to step forward and see if you float over the water.
Yeah,
Just going to
DM, I
Try.
want to do this. You make it happen.
try Olen.
go.
Take that step onto the water. See if you fly.
I'm being bullied.
No, you're not. You're bullying yourself. Just get in the damn boat.
Damn it!
We probably want to integrate Dante if he's back to consciousness.
Alright, yeah, he is a thing.
I
So
mean,
is
we could
this-
split the party, but then we're breaking rule number 1.
Okay, so just to be clear, there is no boat here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
no
a
boat.
there is a empty space.
We don't have a
like, with the
boat!
roofs. There was a boat here.
No, but there
No
were a
boat
couple of
moored.
rowboats
Yeah.
on the other
Harbor.
side.
Okay,
And the
yeah,
captain
so-
is coming on a boat, I hope.
Right, so basically what you guys are, I think, trying to tell me is that this trail has run cold, so you will climb back upward and join Tarush and Lyra and the rest of the guards. And what's next?
I think Cohen's gonna suggest interrogating the bastard Dante and see what he knows.
Very well. Alright, so after you have scoured the island, investigated this, and you get yourself all the way back up to the actual keep, I will say that in this time, as like 1.5 hours have already passed with you waiting for the other sergeant to contact the captain and then walk up towards you, getting down, investigating the island, fighting a ghost, etc., etc. As you get up to the keep, you see walking upwards towards the keep as well, Bradley Quintessent, the captain of the Silver Sentinels here within Farwater. He has a beautiful set of full plate armor on with extravagant pauldrons with different connotations of his status, a long cape behind him, and a beautiful long sword sheathed on his side. that he carries with him, and behind him a group of other Silver Sentinel guards, all carrying torches as they walk up towards the keep as soon as you are actually trying to enter it. And as he steps forward, you can see like his scruff 5 o'clock shadow, his silver white hair, half long, like waving in the wind, as like he is in a very both grim mood and grim light, as he is only illuminated from the back of the torches as he steps forward. Pack members, I would say good evening, but it seems to be nothing but the sort. However, can I ascertain that you have indeed apprehended Dante?
Yes.
Where is he?
I'm not sure if we moved him anywhere, but he's probably still at the keep.
The sergeant took care of him, sir. Very well. Lead the way. And all of you are entering the keep and getting all the way to the...
Wait. Shouldn't we tell him about the guy on the run first? That seems a bit more of a pressing matter.
Like, this is like, I am playing someone, you guys are playing other people. You play your part and tell me actually when you want to tell him stuff.
I agree.
Okay, then I interject and stop him from going inside and go, actually, there's a sergeant on the run who is in cahoots with the scum. We found an encampment down by the cliff. They're probably very likely going to the sewers. I assume
you should send people to the sewers.
Fucking
either
Uther.
that, or we are going to have to go now to make sure that he doesn't make a run for it again. It was the what was his face? Kurt?
We have a Sergeant Uther.
But an important question: do we think that he already came ashore in Farwater, or is he maybe somewhere in the bay?
We believe that he is currently in the water. They had a boat, from what I understand, that they used. I had hoped that the Silver Sentinel fleet would move back towards the Isle and intercept them. However, I do believe, Captain, that it is of the highest necessity that you signal to your comrades that they are to capture any and all boats coming in and out of the bay.
So, for the sake of this, just to give you guys a little bit more of a feel of what is going on.
I just like this captain's like, hey, we're gonna go in and everyone's screaming at me. What the fuck?
I mean, he's not unknown to the chaos. All right, so if we go to the battle map real quick, so we have like the Arisen Isle. Let me know when you have the battle map in view, Charlie.
Getting there, and yes.
Yeah. All right. So right here was where you guys found the encampment. The actual fleet, because to recap, the captain ordered a military exercise with the boats that were here in the harbor as part of a ruse to get everybody off the Arisen Isle so you guys could infiltrate it, right? So those would be way farther to the east right now. So if this guy would want to enter the sewer systems, I mean, it depends on where a good opening to the sewer system would be, but that could be anywhere along like this piece of the shore. So to get the fleet back or the ships back to get in there and apprehend them, that would probably be really, really difficult.
So
Like,
what you're saying is that there was absolutely less than zero need to burn that boat.
I mean, hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
Yes, but we already agreed there was no point, but it seems now that there was even less than no point.
Already?
Because the fleet is on the wrong side of the frickin' Isle.
Wait, hold on. I'm muting Ape and Crystal.
So,
You're
I think
so
we all
adult.
agree that a new boat is not coming out of the party fund.
No, Tarush is paying for that boat with his own money.
Forget about the boat for a moment. If we still have one of these fuckers on the loose right now, then that is a problem. Look, I do not know the sewer systems as the back of my hand, but I do know that there are a lot of sewer canals, sewer tunnels that exit on all sides here. If he is with some scum, as you so said, then I don't know which kind of entrances they could use. How long ago did they escape?
How long ago did they escape?
Would
30
be like
minutes? An hour?
An hour.
An hour. Would we be able to... No, the lake house is all the way on the other side, right?
Say we pour oil down the sewer systems.
Ah, fuck off. I was gonna try and see if we could get Buddy. Maybe he would know what route they would take.
The sewer system itself is more vast than to be filled with all of the oil in the entirety of the province, let alone in this city. The sewer system is a breathing organism in and of itself. If they found their way there, it will be a fucking manhunt all over again.
Could you use your whatever deal you made with the Vedius family to, I don't know, maybe close off sections of the sewers?
You have made a deal with the Vedius estate?
It will not be in the with the sense of urgency that we need it to happen. And yes, Captain, we did, in fact.
And I look at the rest of the party, like, questioningly. Should I tell him?
I don't think you should ever tell anybody that you asked the daddy of the person you just murdered to be your daddy now. But...
That's the thing that happened.
Yeah.
I look back.
He already knows that Vermilion's dead.
The Vadius family was...
Vincent?
Yeah, I think at this point, Crunch is just gonna interrupt the captain with all due respect. I think now that we have established that it's gonna be, let's say, not an immediate solution to the problem of the sergeant, we should focus on the lieutenant. Dante.
Agreed. I just need to know if there are steps that must be taken right now.
I turned to Lyra, because she was in that basin for a bit. Where do you think they're going to go?
Well, honestly, that is as much a guess for me as for the rest of you. While it seems that they... Look, I also got offers to work with the scum and stuff. But I rejected those offers because I didn't want anything to do with any of this. It seems that Dante did not only get in cahoots with the scum, but even let in a sergeant beneath him. Captain, I'm sorry, but who is to say that these are the only individuals that are aligned with this dark shepherd of ours? That being said, if they are actually aligned with the scum, who knows where they might lead them?
Agree. How about
so we let this sergeant go and focus on Dante now.
How about we subject every single Silver Sentinel on this isle to an interrogation, except for the ones that were supporting us during our earlier conflict. A rigorous and painful interrogation will surely draw out the traitors amongst your rank.
Are you suggesting torture?
Before we get into all of this, you might have apprehended Dante, but there was a very, very large if implied here. Did you find proof of his wrongdoings?
And Crowan at this point is going to show the book, or I think we had the prayer book. It was.
Yeah, you searched his rooms, didn't you?
Yeah, I searched his room. We found signs of worship in the chapel, signs of worship towards the shepherd, and I also found a book of incantations that is pretty incriminating, in my opinion.
You hand him the book for a moment?
Yeah, give him the book.
He rummages through it a little bit, gives it back to you. Then, by order of Captain Bradley Quintessent of the Quintessent family and the Silver Sentinels as a whole, I order the Arisen Isle locked up and under house arrest. Within our midst there was a traitor, one who would soil the very fluids of our great city, one who would infect and worship dark powers. And it seems that with him, at least one was in league. Before we will root out this evil, we will investigate each and every one of you. No one is to leave before all of this has been settled. Do I make myself clear? And all of the guards going to, yes, sir! Then
Edge fights the earth to say yes, sir, with them.
Then he continues, now then, let we indeed focus on the evil that we have instead of the evil that is lost. The sergeant will wait for later. He is a coward on the run. What is one more scum in this whole ordeal? I wish to know that no more foul threads have crept into my organization.
If
Lead me to Dante.
If I may interject, this might be the time, Captain, to have a manhunt started. A drawing of the sergeant, copied 1,000-fold and spread around the city.
First, I need to know what Dante knows. If they were in league together, perhaps this weasel can lead us to the sergeant as well.
Very well.
Alright. So, with that, you are led into the catacombs of the keep on the Arisen Isle. Couple of steps on a stone staircase downward, you find yourself in a very familiar establishment, actually. The same stonework and the same layouts meet you as you had found yourselves in the very first session of this new campaign. Although this time, you are not the ones locked up, but instead you gaze through the bars of a way well more kept piece of the dungeon into a neatly kept holding cell, decent, where you see on the far side, sitting on a chair, head a little bit forward, but as you enter, going upward, his hands still bound in the manacles that you put them in, Dante Corsell, as he flicks his like sweaty, dirty blonde hair to the back. Well, well, well. I was already getting lonely over here. Beautiful visitors. Welcome to what was previously my dungeon. You see one guard was still situated in front of him with like a pike, as the rest of you, together with the captain, Bradley, and the sergeant that had helped you so far, Marcus, all enter and take your stand in front of him to begin your interrogation.
I say we take off one of his feet to start with, then we start the interrogation.
Basically just steps forward while Tarush makes a suggestion and basically doesn't kick, but uses his foot to push Dante so that his chair tips over and falls off. Basically,
right now he's still in the holding cell and you guys are outside of it.
Oh, damn, okay.
So, and as you take a step forward, Crone, to try and enter his cell, the captain puts like a hand on your chest to hold you back for a moment. He unclips his cape. You know, Dante, as a skillless individual as yourself, I always had my doubts on how you found yourself to the status of lieutenant so quickly. And you know what? Normally we don't do things this way at the Silver Sentinels, but you do have to realize that I already have hired these outsiders to knock you out cold. Perhaps it wouldn't be such of a stretch to allow them to cut one of your feet off, now is it? Speak,
I'm sorry,
woman.
he's considering
What do you know?
it. I'm gonna take one of the bottles of wine out of my bag and just like...
I mean, it's another question if he's actually considering it or if it's just like a tactic, of course, but... Ah, my dear Captain.
I pass the bottle to Crowan.
My dear Captain, what can I say? Not all of us can be born with rich blood, such as yourself and Quint's and family. Some of us actually had to work to where we are, and I have worked for where I am. I just took another shortcut, one different than yours. Is there anything that one of you would like to say before I get into a conversation with myself?
Yes. I grab a dagger. Just a little dagger, just a knife. Maybe I borrow it from one of the party members. I don't care, but let's say there's a little knife. I have a spell, invisible item. I hold it up, and I, with my left hand on my staff, right hand on the bladed object, I use a few words, and it disappears from view. I put away the staff, and I make a few movements. Just a few movements, hand to hand to hand to hand to hand, until no one, almost even Tarush, doesn't know where the actual knife is. It's invisible, but it's there. Everyone knows it. And he stares first at the sergeant, then looks at the captain. Please. Give me a few minutes.
Sure, I punch somebody in the face and break a nose, and I'm the bad guy, but we're cutting off limbs and...
Make a very difficult diplomacy check on this one.
What is my diplomacy?
Because you're still, like, right now, the subterfuge and the backhand dealings kind of don't need to be there anymore. So if you're actually going to torture someone that is illegal...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's illegal? This is an autocratic empire that has... Okay. Let's keep the political discussions out of this. It's a 28.
28.
I rolled high. Fuck y'all.
I will say, for the sake of this, like, the captain gives you a look that it clearly says, like basically threaten him only, like, you know, like, okay, it's okay if it's a show, and then opens the door.
I lean into the group and I whisper, like, I have a lot of experience cutting off feet, but I do not stand behind this. and then I see
cutting off feet.
And then I see indeed a reaction, and no, like pig's feet when they're dead.
And Soren is quite comfortable in this situation because he has done many interrogations before. So he's just gonna do his thing and get into the room.
All right. Yeah. No.
I'm just gonna sit back and let Nox do the little thingy and just observe.
Tarush almost invites Crowan in with him as he looks just back at Edge for a moment with the little monkey on their head. He takes a little look like, this could be you. Just a look before they go in.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's getting shivved in his sleep, bitch.
As this happens, you see, like, Edge, like the one guard that was the normal rank and file guard, with his pike still up, like, shiftily looks from one to the other, like, drums his fingers on, like, the wooden beam of his pike, and is, like, physically uncomfortable by what is transpiring in front of him.
I just shoot daggers. Just the angriest, evilest look I can give to Roosh. You little teenage bitch. You have no idea what I'm capable of, but I will show you.
Tarush has the weirdest boner right now. No, I'm joking. But
it's not that weird for him. It's actually not at all weird for him. Tarush, you step into this room. The rest of you are stepping back of this, or?
Well, okay, so I do really dislike this guy because he kind of really knocked me down. But I'm not really sure if it's evil to witness this kind of things, and I'm not evil.
Morality is not as clean cut as good and evil.
1 second,
You
there's
know-
a cat thing. Be right back. Ironically.
But there's a thing that Olam does, like, have this thing that she doesn't really know how this world works, and she does really want to figure out how all these people, things work and think and do their stuff. So she is going to enter the room, but she's not going to like do stuff with them, just watch from the corner of the room, just to observe. But there might be a chance she will walk away, but
So
At
you're just
first.
gonna sit next to me, chill out. I'll pass Nox on to you so he can do the little looking for lice and bugs things.
Olam
I'm
says
go-
he was entering the room, right?
yeah, I'm entering the
You're
room.
entering the cell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just before I enter the room, Tarush, didn't you have some kind of potion that helps with social things?
Silvertongue.
Yeah, I
elixir
do.
or
The
mutagen.
silver tongue mutagen.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to give it to me.
Okay.
Thanks. I doubt.
Yeah, so you can look up what it does, or do you want me to tell you?
Please do tell me.
Okay. It is a lesser silver tongue mutagen, which means that it gives you a, let's see, a +1 on deception, diplomacy, intimidation, and performance. If you get a critical failure on any of these, it becomes a failure. But you
Nice.
take a -2 to Arcana, Crafting, Lore, Occultism, and Society.
Oh, who cares?
If you're
Okay.
trained in one... Oh, okay, fair enough.
Crowan.
Yeah?
For the sake of this, I will say, because you guys have scoured the island, eventually you would also find that, like, the mask that Dante had with him would be identified, and it is on the battle map right now.
Oh.
A lesser demon mask, which also grants you a +1 bonus to intimidation checks. So for the sake of this, you could actually don the mask and be even more scary than normal.
Okay, go. Okay, fine. I'll take it.
If we're gonna put, like, if we're going for numbers, like,
Let's
let's
play
get
it
all
out.
the numbers. Let's get all the numbers.
Okay, so first I start with, like I said before, using my feet to push, kick him, and make him fall backwards on the chair.
What now?
And then, before he starts using his mouth, I'm just gonna crouch next to him and look at him down on his face, and start with, I thought this would help you realize you've hit rock bottom.
Nice.
Right now, up is to fess up.
So
Go ahead and make
Tarush,
it-
to assist, Tarush walks up behind him. You saw what I did. One of my hands has a knife in it. I forgot which one. I'll help you get back up. But I might choose the wrong hand. Let's hope you take the right choice here.
Both of you go ahead and make an intimidation check, where Tarush can aid Crowan.
Yes! +1
guys-
for Crowan.
Guys, I just rolled a natural 20 again.
Oh!
Hey,
So it's basically 20 times plus 12 plus the one of Tarush, so it's a 33.
Oh shit, son.
Yeah!
Okay, so I will not have to take a look at Dante's sheet for this. That is actually a nice little critical success. So, as you push him against the back wall of this cell, you can see that the lock of dark blonde hair once again, like, drapes in front of his face. He swallows heavily and immediately just goes, all right. No need to get all this physical. You've won. You have bested me. No need to prolong this charade, shall we? What exactly do you wish to know? Do you wish to know about how I got here? Well, the thing is that, as many people in the city.
Dante,
Yes?
you're sounding far too arrogant and self-absorbed for someone who's about to stand on the precipice of death. I
am trying to
suggest
give you the information you ask.
you watch your tone.
By conversation a bit. Who else was helping you?
My apologies. What I tried to clearly tell all of you is that people were helping me, yes, but do you just wish to know who helped me? Is that all you...
Seemed to be clear at the first. Stop stalling.
Right, Sergeant Uther. Sergeant Uther Belfryer is the one that helped me with these endeavors, and he was in on it, as well as a couple of guards beneath him, but he never told me their names, so I didn't need to know all of that. What was important that I could trust Uther. Uther is the one you want next to me.
Who came into contact with the shepherd first? You or Uther?
I did. I was contacted in my dreams by the shepherd. You already know of the shepherd, right? The shepherd gave me, helped me understand the powers that be, and to aid me with it, it gave what were the small jellyfish creature?
A
Maybe it's
familiar.
Sting.
Is it me or did he get dumber?
No,
Like,
he's
seriously,
nervous.
he sounded more intelligent during the fight.
He's nervous.
Well,
he's totally
very
fucked.
nervous.
He's
Okay.
At
he's
least what
scared
I'm
out of
trying
his pants.
to play him as right.
Right. It's a big difference from. I mean, I get it. Like at first, he was an all-powerful being with a
And
jellyfish
then he got his
and
ass
shit,
kicked.
and
Well,
And he didn't
then
really
tried-
talk that much.
Then he tried to use nice words, and then Tarush was like, "Hey, watch your tongue." So now he's just like trying to barf out the information as fast as he can before he gets stabbed in the throat.
Then Cronin's going to go further. What was the deal with the shepherd? What did you do in exchange for power?
Nothing. I didn't have to make a deal with the shepherd. The whole deal of the shepherd is that he shepherds. He just wants us to gain this power. And to be
Yes,
frank with all of you,
You had nothing to do with the crystal plague.
Excuse me? The what?
The crystal plague, the ringing. You did nothing to advance it.
Well, I mean, I didn't do anything to advance it, no, but if it were to be stopped, then my understanding would also lessen, so there were better places to focus our attention.
Oh, sorry.
And Tarush kind of just pretends he trips as he just kind of kicks into his side while he's lying on the ground.
Oh, my bad. You were saying you wanted to advance the ringing and it was good for you. In what way?
I wanted to advance my own research. Look, right now, I was still a novice, and the shepherd, he...
A novice?
Yes,
In what?
in magic. In harnessing the echoes of power. Isn't that what this is all about?
The book. I already found your book of incantations. Do you have anything else about your research?
No, that is all that I have.
Where
As I
would
said-
Orif now go? He's run away. Where is his hideout?
Well, I wouldn't know exactly. Where did Uther run off to?
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know. Where would your testicles run off to? If they were to escape this island?
Go ahead and make another intimidation check.
Oh. 20 total.
20. Look, underneath the keep, where a small hideout. If I and Uther wished to enter the premise unnoticed, we had a small skiff lying there.
Information we
Various-
already know. Where would you go?
Wherever we want. There is a clear path into the sewers from this side of the island. If you get the skiff there.
Which tunnel?
I can show you. I can show you on a map. Please, someone, hand me a map for that I lose the function of my
Map!
fingers.
And actually, Tarush does this, and he's like, oh fuck, I have a map. And he grabs the map.
Pardon me, sir, but my hands are still tied behind my back. I cannot reach like this.
Nose, don't you?
So point with your nose, yeah.
It's... for fuck's sake. There. Right there.
And
What?
then I put my finger on it.
He spits like a small loogie on one point. Yeah, 1 centimeter to the left. Right there. There's the entrance into the sewer system that we used. I take it that Uther took the skiff then.
We're asking the questions here. Do you know where we can find the shepherd?
I mean, no.
Stop playing dumb. Where is the shepherd?
Make another intimidation check, Crone.
And
19 plus, I think it's 12. So yeah, that's 31.
I want to help with that. I want to try and give him that
I
plus
do not
one.
know
So
where the shepherd is.
Tarush,
Charlie, if you're speaking, we can't hear you right now.
Oh.
No, but it doesn't seem that you're muted. Okay. Look, we never know or knew where he was. But there were some signs, and in our dealings with the scum, we did get some signs, I guess.
Signs.
Yes. The scum, I don't know how it happened or when this shepherd came to Farwater, but it seems to lead all of the scum. And the scum seem to worship something else next to it. And that is the flow of water. The flow of water that comes to us from one very specific place. Formar Basin. Look, of course, I and Uther were also intrigued by where the shepherd could be, so we did our own investigations. We ventured forth to the sewer systems, to the scum, to deal with them, to see what they knew, to help us and the Silver Sentinels. Thank you very much. If the shepherd is somewhere to be found, Formar Basin might be a very good place. But then again, that place is gigantic. And we don't even know what the shepherd is. Perhaps it is just the most smartest and brightest of all of these scum.
oh no, we know what the shepherd is.
Rouge?
You know what the shepherd is.
A false god.
Good moment for a ghost image.
We're the one getting information, Tarush. We're not giving them.
Well, a false god may be, but his results are very, very clear indeed.
Abe says there's a thing happening.
As Tarush, you say this, your shadow begins to twirl into that of some kind of demonic form as it towers over the Dante for a moment and goes, but I can see that the real power is in this cell with me, of course. I didn't mean to imply that,
Edge cracks their knuckles in the background quite loudly.
oh god, not another one.
It is a false god, and we are your only step, your only boundary between a complete and utter redemption or a fall into eternal torture and suffering.
Right, yes, a redemption, please. I would like to choose the redemption option of this entire conversation. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Woo! Nice.
So much
already-
happened, oh my god.
I still have an invisible dagger somewhere, and I honestly, out of character, I haven't even decided. Right, left hand? I don't know. It's like it's somewhere.
Okay, so
So roll a d4 and divide it by 2.
well,
Yeah.
I got a D2.
Why not roll d2 and then divide it by
Roosh.
1?
Roosh, roll me a
So failing.
reflex save. It was so bad that Ave actually went back to Dutch for it.
It just sounds better in Dutch than in English.
Reflex
it's just
is
a
8.
little bit more.
Reflex is 8
18 plus 5.
plus
23.
5. Okay, so you do eventually cut yourself on your dagger because you lost it, but not enough to actually do you damage.
Fair enough. I'm like, oh fuck, right, wrong hand. Okay. Focus.
Yeah, so for
Focus,
one
Tarush.
moment, as you have like this very stark face, you see Tarush like wince for just like a split second as he cuts himself with the dagger, but no.
Edge in the background's just like,
But yeah,
Called it.
as all of you have. Oh, and I think the battle map can be
Yeah,
put away
fair.
now. As you have utterly and easily broken Dante with a critical success on the intimidation check straight out of the gate, and him already being a weasel and easily cracked, it seems that the shepherd might very well be in the basin of water that flows into Farwater,
which is where we found Lyra.
which is close to where you found Lyra, indeed.
Yeah, I don't trust that bitch.
We don't trust the
We
enchantress?
just literally took care of her competition, basically.
Ah.
But that will have to wait till next week.
Mhm.
Because for now, we have an entire week of all kinds of other activities in store for us to hopefully enjoy nice, good weather here in the Netherlands. So for now, thank all y'all so much for watching and for your involvement with today's stream, with Amunra taking a high spot on that list with 2 story beats being bought by them.
We all equally.
But next to that, also the ghost images and ghost sounds were very nice. We hope to see you next week again to have your companionship in this endeavor, as we are getting close to finding the actual culprits responsible for all this tragedy. So for now, enjoy the last hour of your weekend. We love you. Good luck this week, and hopefully see you next week again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.